Hey guys, what's up? This is Max Davis Media once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw, and this time it is going to be on 1917. Uh, I've been waiting for months to see this because critics got to see it before Thanksgiving. Many more critics got to see it during Christmas time, and yeah, I had to wait till January just like every other non-big person out there. And because of that, I had to wait till this month till it actually came out before I do my best of the year list. But now it's come out, so I'm gonna review the movie before I make my best of the year list. Now this movie is directed by Sam Mendes, who is fantastic. I mean, his movies are visually stunning and really fantastic, like the best James Bond movie of the decade, Skyfall. We're getting a new Bond film in a few months. Really looking forward to that. And in this film, this is about how two men have to deliver a message to a war that's about to happen. And the war, of course, they have to go and deliver the message. They have to do this long journey, and they have to make it before the next day, or all hell will break loose. And one of them has a brother who is one of the lieutenants there. And from there, we have a long journey done in one long continuous shot. It only cuts like one time, and that's it. So two cuts, or just one cut, two continuous shots, and that's basically it. Of course, I was really hyped for this movie. Okay, so was it worth the wait? Was it worth it to, postpone my best of the year list till I got to see this? Does it deserve the Golden Globe for best drama and a motion picture, even though it isn't released worldwide yet? The answer is a big fat yes. This movie was absolutely amazing. I loved it. Of course, it is visually stunning. All the world, like the fields, they look absolutely flawless. And the cinematography, the fact that, it's edited to look like one big shot must have taken a lot of work. If this movie was filmed in one whole shot, it would take hours, maybe even days, or maybe months to perfect it. Like, everybody would have to learn their lines, make sure they didn't miss anything, because if this did do one whole shot, like, it only cuts like one time, but for a good reason. It makes sense why it would cut one time. But, this movie, it just has so much going for it. The fact that, it does look like one shot, okay? Everybody would have to memorize their lines and get the effects right. There's only like one use of CGI, which is a rat on a rat or something. It doesn't look very good. But that's basically it. Everything looks absolutely flawless. And of course, of this being a war film, we've had so many great war films. I mean, we had so many good ones this decade. I mean, Hacksaw Ridge, Dunkirk. This movie reminds me a little bit of Dunkirk, except, this film was rated R, that film was PG-13, and like that film, I didn't really find the characters to be that memorable. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? The characters in this movie, they're likable enough, and you do feel bad for them, and I did want them to survive, but they're just not as memorable as I was hoping for them. Like Desmond Miles in Hacksaw Ridge, I found him very memorable, mainly because he was a man in a war who wouldn't fight to the death. He wanted to help people who got injured in the war. So that's what made him very memorable. And Tom Hanks in Saving Private Ryan, there are characters in war films that are really hard to get right, but I think those are some that really got it right. But yeah, like I said, characters are likable enough, but they're not ones that I'm going to remember entirely because of this film. Not that many actors I know of are in this movie except for Benedict Cumberbatch, but he doesn't really show up till, really later on. And I should also mention the score, flawless, fantastic. I mean, almost every single aspect of this movie just had me wowed, okay? It's a 2 hour long, 1, 2-ish shot film. This is something that almost movies never get to do. Okay, we usually get aspects like this in video games, like one continuous shot, like indie games like Inside or Limbo, or a third person shooter or a first person shooter. Like, it's absolutely impressive how fantastic the direction is, and managing to film this entire film, it is absolutely amazing with this big open field. It looks so so amazing, and honestly, it's a visual experience that you have to see on a really, really big screen. I'm glad it's opening everywhere now. If it's in theaters near you, definitely check this one out, okay? It's definitely worth it. Definitely worth the long wait. And I'm happy to say that it's one of the best films of the year. I'm going to give 1917 a 4.5 out of 5. So, yeah, definitely do not miss this one, okay? Oscar season is right around the corner. This is definitely going to get nominated for a bunch. It might win some as well, because Dunkirk did win quite a bit as well. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm probably going to see Underwater this weekend. I'm not entirely sure, though. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.